So bench press, right, okay. So grip first. It's grip first, right? It's grip. Grip is first. And it's wide grip. Is it inside these rings? Or is it inside the closer ones? Or
We hear he is the wizard of whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because.
okay, big breath in. Squeeze your lats. And, oh no, that's a good one. That wasn't a good one. No. Oh, same again. Big breath in. Right, keep your lats on. Okay, ready, right. Okay, so long spine, but not too long. But push back, hold, brace. Remember to brace. Long spine, push back. No, not. Okay, again, one more. Alright, what am I meant to be doing here? Is this the ball or something like that? It's definitely this in men's health. Is this what I'm meant to be doing? Does this look right? Is this how you hold it? You just drop it. That guy beside me looks like he knows what he's doing. I'm just gonna stand here for a while. I don't want to leave too early. I don't want to look like I don't know what I'm doing, so I'll just stay. You're doing that wrong.
Well, unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and unconscious competence. So after watching that skit, I'm going to explain a little bit about what that was about. As we all know, anyone who has been to a gym to begin with, it is quite a daunting place to step into. It's quite a feeling where you feel like everyone else knows what they're doing and you are completely clueless, which isn't a nice feeling. It's like building any skill. You're going to have to step into the unknown to learn, okay? So you'll see the character that I was playing. She walked into the gym. She was very, very aware of everyone else in the gym and what they thought of her. She felt like as she was doing her work, everyone would be staring and judging what she was doing and that she didn't know what she was doing. So yeah, most people go through this feeling when they first start a new skill. So the character that I was playing there, you'll see she was at the second stage. So this is conscious incompetence. So she knew what there is to learn, but she hasn't had the practice yet, and she hasn't had a go at learning that. Which, yeah, it's a really uncomfortable position to be in because you're so aware of how much knowledge there is out there, and you just don't have that knowledge yourself yet, okay? So now to just kind of go through the 4 stages of learning. So the first one we've got here is unconscious incompetence. Okay, so basically that is when you have no idea about that skill. You don't know that you need to learn anything or why you should learn anything with that skill. Second is conscious incompetence. I've already spoken a little bit about that, and that is when you are aware of the skill and how much there is to learn, but you don't have the knowledge yet, okay? Third stage, conscious competence. You know what you're doing a little bit more, you've got your feet grounded, but you still have to actively think about what you're doing to perform the skill. Yeah, it requires active thought. Stage 4, unconscious competence. That's when the skill becomes natural to you, a second nature, and it requires no thought whatsoever. So relating back to the skit that we were talking about before, you saw the 4 characters that Aiden played, 4 different people in the gym. Now, to the character that I was playing, she walks in and she will see these people and think that they all know exactly what they're doing, that they're all masters of what they are doing. But in reality, they're not at all. You'll see the character that was slamming the med ball. He was an example of somebody who is at the unconscious incompetence stage. So this is a stage where basically you're just not really sure why you're doing this, what you're supposed to be doing. You have no idea. So this guy was at that stage, but to my character, I might look at that person and go, oh, they look like they know what they're doing, and just assume that everybody knows exactly what they're doing and talking about, okay? An example of the second stage was the bench press. Knew roughly what he should be doing. He was questioning a little bit about his hand position, questioning about how to do this properly. But he just didn't quite have the knowledge of how to perform that exercise correctly. An example of the third stage that we've got here, that was our safety squat bar. Is that right? Safety. SSB, safety squat bar. Is that right? Yeah. Well, I'm just going to say SSB. I don't know what it is. Okay. An example of stage 3, the conscious competence. This was the guy doing the safety squat bar squats. So he had the knowledge, he knew what he was doing, but he has to actively think as he's performing this skill. So he has to consciously be thinking about cues and thinking about how to perform that skill to the best of his ability. It's not second nature to him, okay? And then our example of the 4th stage of learning was the guy doing the kettlebell swings. Now this guy knows pretty much most of the stuff there is to know, okay? He is doing this skill and it is second nature to him. He doesn't have to actively think about anything or think about cues. He's just performing it as if it's something he does every day. He's going through the motions of the exercises without having to think about them. Okay, so as I said before, to my character, this is all really daunting because I will automatically assume that everybody in the room knows more than I do and they're all completely comfortable with what they're doing and performing. And that is really not the case, as I've explained. So then we come to the beast mode guy. He is somebody in the gym who thinks he knows everything there is to know. And is overly confident with this information, okay? So this is an example of somebody who is at the stage of unconscious incompetence, but doesn't really care and has a lot more confidence than he does knowledge. Many of us will have had that situation in the gym where you go in and it's a new environment to you, and you go in and you start performing your work, and you have someone who maybe thinks they know everything about it, who comes, they watch you, and they come over to you and they approach you and correct you, or try and pop in a little bit of knowledge that they know, when really it's not really anything that will help you or assist you in the work. These people are quite keen to demonstrate this knowledge and this mastery that they don't actually have themselves. So it's almost like for their own ego, they want to come over and prove to you that they know their stuff when they actually don't. And that can be really intimidating for somebody who's new into the gym scene because, I mean, you might believe them. You might think, yeah, you're right, I know nothing and you know everything. And that can be intimidating. It can put some people off of coming to the gym. It's not a nice situation to be in. So I know from my own experience and from speaking to many of my female friends that go to the gym that they've experienced this kind of scene where a guy comes over and approaches them and tries to demonstrate their knowledge. I think it is a lot more common with women in the gym, especially when they're new. It's like you saw the beast mode guy, it's like they sniff you out. It's like they notice that you're new and they think, right, here's someone that I can go and almost show that I'm in control here. Flex. So I know that this is something that I have experienced myself, and speaking to a lot of other women that we work with and are my friends, they have experienced this as well. And I do think it's a little bit more common for this to happen to women than to men. For some reason there's this idea that sometimes going into a gym, if you're looking a bit new and a bit intimidated, give me 1 second. So they should basically just know a little bit better than to approach on somebody else's business and stick their nose where it doesn't belong, basically. So going back to the guy who is a kettlebell swinger in this scenario, he is the guy who probably has the most knowledge and is probably the best one that can offer advice to this newbie. But you'll usually find these people, they're quite quiet about their knowledge. They are in their own world, focusing on their own self, and they won't have that need to approach somebody and explain anything because they've been in the situation that this other person has been in, and they know that it just takes time. Okay guys, so hopefully that explains a little bit about the 4 stages of learning and how when you're starting a new skill, everybody is going to feel a bit uncomfortable, and it's just the process that everyone goes through. So yeah, hopefully if you're in a new scenario and going into the gym, you'll understand that a bit better and be able to just focus on yourself and not worry about what other people are thinking about, because they will all be thinking about themselves in that situation. And as Donnie would say,
no, because I'm gonna kind of say lead into uncomfort.
okay, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel and all the social medias, and catch you next time.